Alright, so Mr. Harper here again. Hopefully you guys have created your avatar already and downloaded it. So I've done mine and I've downloaded mine, so hopefully you've done that. So the next part of this assignment is we're going to create a Scratch project. So that means we're going to have to go to Scratch and we're just going to hit create. And it should open up a new Scratch project. And right here where it says Untitled, we're just going to give this project a name. We're just going to call it About Me. Okay. And I don't need the cat, so I'm just going to delete the cat. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to click on the stage right up here. And I'm going to go to backdrops, and I'm just going to give this backdrop a solid color. So I'm going to convert this to bitmap. Select the paint tool. And you can actually change to whatever color you want. I'm just going to leave mine at this color here. And if you click this, it should give that a little backdrop. That way it's just a little bit, it's not so boring being just white. And what I'm going to do now, I'm going to add the picture that I just downloaded. So I'm going to go choose sprite, but I'm going to choose upload sprite. And if I go to my avatar, I should be able to add it. So here's my avatar. So add my avatar right here in the middle. And what we're going to do, we're going to just make a little simple project that is just about you. I realize I've only got to see you guys twice. I don't know much about you. So hopefully this will kind of be a fun way for me to get to know you a little bit better. So to start with, we're just going to add, I'm going to paint a sprite. So I'm going to go over sprite, paint a sprite, and I'm going to select text. And I'm going to change this color because if I don't, it's going to be the same color, and that's not what I want. Go this light gold. And I'm just going to click here. I'm just going to type in my last name or your first name. So let's see here, Harper. And we can actually make this a little bit bigger if we click these tools here and drag it. It'll make it bigger for us. I don't have a mouse, so it's going to be a little bit harder for me. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to drag the center of the sprite right here to where it's in this little cross hair. That way we know it's centered. And then I'm going to come over here and just place this sprite where I want it. Okay. And I'm going to rename this sprite to say name. And you can just type in like your first or last name. Don't do both. So I'm just going to do my last name. You can do your first name. And let me spell name right. There we go. So you can go ahead and just, you want to make a sprite and go ahead and add your name. And you can pause this video if you want to while you do that and come back whenever you're ready. So now that I have my name, I'm going to add a couple sprites about me. So I'm just going to go choose sprite. And let's see here, I'm going to choose the ballerina. And I'll explain this in just a second. And I'm going to pick, well, I don't want to pick an apple, so let's try another one. I'm going to pick, let's go to sports. I like sports. Oh, there's Hannah. I'm a cross country and track coach, so that goes well. Let's move my Hannah sprite. Put that here. And I do have a dog, so I'm going to take this sprite and I'm going to add a dog. Let's see. Well, that's a car. Oh, I'm not used to this touchpad, so, but that's okay. I can just delete the sprite if I don't want it. So there's a dog. Drag the dog where I want it to be. And if your sprites are too big, you can always go down here where it says size and we can make them smaller. So I can make this 75%, make them a little small. And I'm going to add one more sprite. So let's go back to sports. And I'm going to add, let's see here, football player. There we go. Put the football player right here. Okay, so you can just add different sprites that are going to be about you. Now you do need to have a reason why you're adding the sprites. I'm just adding the sprites because I know in my mind I have a dog, and so I'm going to make these sprites kind of respond and be interactive using different events. So you can go ahead and pause this until you have all of your sprites on that you want, and you can unpause the video whenever you're ready to move on. Alright, so hopefully you've added your sprites. So the next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to make these sprites respond to events. I'm going to make it interactive, and these sprites are all about me. And so I'm going to go, let's start with this sprite that I just added, my avatar. And I'm going to go to events, and I'm going to go whenever this sprite is clicked. So I'm going to make these sprites say or do something whenever I click on it. So right now, if I click on it, nothing happens because I never told it what to do. So I'm just going to have it go to looks. I'm going to use these say blocks. I'm going to say, my name is Mr. Harper, and this is my 7th year teaching computer science. And so I have these, and I'm going to make it say it for like 4 seconds, 4 or 5. You definitely want to keep this number no longer than 5 seconds. Maybe, any longer than it's going to be a little bit, it's going to take a while. So here, so 4 seconds, I can read that one sentence. And then I can click on the dog. I can do the same thing. I'm going to click on events, and I'm going to make each sprite do something whenever I click them. So this is the event we're going to use. So whenever I click the dog, I'm going to want it to, let's go see, it has a sound. So it should bark. Okay. And then I'm going to make it say just something about why I added this sprite. So I have a dog and his name is Buster. And so I'm going to click on the ballerina, and you feel free, you can add more than one block if you want. And I'm going to go events. And I'm going to go looks. I'm going to say I have 2 daughters. Their names are Riley and Kinsley. And I believe this costume, this particular sprite, has different costumes. So yeah, it has 4 costumes. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to have it change costumes a few times. So I'm going to use, well, let's just make it simple. Let's go next costume. So when I click on this, it's going to say I have 2 daughters. Their names are Riley and Kinsley. It switches costumes. Okay. So it's really simple. And so what I want you to do is I want you to keep using this one event when this sprite is clicked, and I want you to come up with things that, I want you to tell me things about yourself that, like whether you have a brother or sister, do you have a dog, what's your favorite sport, just something real simple, just a real simple get to know you activity. And when you get done, I want you to hit this share button. We're going to hit OK. And what we're going to do, we're going to copy this link. And we should add that link to the Google Classroom, to the assignment. That way I will be able to see your project. But be sure to hit the share button. Okay? All right, I will talk to you guys later and can't wait to see your project.